This is Mema Ohibia Akwaba. I had yet latest and hot news in one and I'm a Bremo Anuti Omodia say over subscribe to the channel. You over have say over click the subscribe button. Now what belly notification when sa new video be upload no. When the first person I was at the can video. I feel we are now like video give us a thumbs up, nothing share my offer so now we will be here now and somewhere also a Ghana memo. I feel Yambura and somewhere abeto Yapuso. It year a sound Kumoya Koso, I report here about to get it is as it.
There are many government jobs. People recommend me. Once they see, they say, oh, this guy is NDC. I'm taking off. That's a price I'm paying. Yet I keep coming. Okay. Because I'm able to go to court and say,
NDC you have never voted for.
Exactly. When I've never voted for Mama, yet I've lost what do you call it, jobs because I was perceived as NDC. Even where I used to work some years ago, you know what? Just a short one or day. Hey, you see the same galamsey, illegal mining, etc. But that one, the government wanted to do bauxite mining in a Tiwa forest, right? Then Arocha and a lot of NGOs came together and came to consult me. Long story short, we sued in court. The people I was with, they were not comfortable. They said, Martin, how can you fight government? No, we don't like such a thing. So you go to work in the morning, you don't know, you are called in, why are you suing government on a Tiwa forest? Next thing, will you drop this case? I say no. So in 1 or 2 minutes, I've lost my job. Okay, if you are not dropping the case, then there's no seat for you here.
I see.
Then that's it. So I lost my job. I had to just leave with my Tiwa forest. I think that, listen, from day one, he never meant it sincerely. I'm sure about that. We all know that President Akufo Addo has never meant well for this country.
Why do you say he never meant it?
Oh, no, it was just sloganeering. Because, listen, even the fight itself, he was put up to the fight by the media. It's the media that started the fight. So he joined later. So for a president who is sleeping on the job and then the media start a fight. I remember those days, Bernard Avile, you guys here were pushing and pushing. So it's the media and then eventually, so it was individual journalists, as far as I'm concerned, that's where I observed it, who started. You see, I've mentioned Bernard Avile, yourselves, and etc. Then later, the media coalition came on before President Akufo Addo joined. So he was a reactionary figure in the whole thing. And he just came for the headlines, just to say, I'm prepared to. This president...
After that statement, as some action was taken, there was a ban.
But what else?
And then we saw the results of the ban, didn't we?
He never meant the ban. So the point is that it's the media, so that's citizenry, of course. The media, you are this fourth estate of the realm, okay? Yes. So you started, and then he joined. So such a person who joined the bandwagon, you know, sometimes somebody starts a good idea, you get many followers, but they don't quite understand it. And time has proven that he didn't understand the bandwagon he joined because he never had any political will to execute what he's saying. I'm sure by now we all can confidently say over 8 years, you see that this is a president who you can't point to anything that you can say that, listen, this man speaks from conviction. He speaks with conviction. This is his passion. No, you don't see. Because even free SHS, now we see that time is shown that they roll back funding. As we speak now, free SHS is just funding about what, 26%? The last time Kofi Asare did the analysis. So over 70% is borne by parents. Meanwhile, if you look at the beginning of it, the funding was greater. Then as the years went by, he rolled back. So I can confidently say, and we can analyze with so many policies, that Akufo Addo is not somebody who can walk his talk. He thrives on slogans. Now we can say so with hindsight of over 7.5 years. Where is the legacy? It's gone. The only legacy that he's very proud of and is confident about is that his family has become rich. His family has become rich. The largesse of the public purse. He's come to transform his family. They were struggling. Today, his family is rich.
Evidence of the family.
That is it. But we borrow, and Ofori Atta makes his card from Data Bank. Later, his daughters, the ambulance. There are more deals. Look, when Akufo Addo leaves office, you see more contracts that his family benefited from. So that one, we can say boldly that yes, the legacy you can paint on the Akufo Addo is that here is a president who came, brought family and friends. The very thing he said he was not going to do. He did a U-turn and brought so many family members, and they looted us as if there's no tomorrow. looted us, I mean, to pump.
So
you hear Kennedy Agyapong.
There was no commitment, even
no, I'm very sure of it.
To the fact that at least a decision was taken by the president, and we saw results.
Well, no, that one we call it in the natural course of events. So you see, where the whole public is going in a certain direction, generally, he had no, at that time, you know, he had just come. So he thought that, okay, he could ride along. But later he saw that no, for his parochial interest, he doesn't have to follow the public interest, okay? He can do his parochial interest whilst we do the public interest. And that's why it's shown. The last time Abu Jinapo, I remember 3 days ago, Joy FM raised him online. He was struggling to defend it and now was beginning to get arrogant. He did too. Abu Jinapo had always spoken well, enthusiastically, very respectful. But the last time, because you see that over time, he's not been able to see the implementation of a policy to stem galamsey. He was getting very arrogant. I was like, you see? Yeah, now saying that nobody can tell him things. The president is giving him the mandate. Nobody can tell him anything. I was like, nobody can tell you, even the president. You are all to serve us. So citizens can tell you if it's not going right. So that's what I knew. And then they promised, you know what happened? So Joy with somewhere and they said, Raymond Appa. They asked him to speak to them the next day. He dodged. Then the following day, so now they are going to look for a pack of, you know, half truths and half convincing matters and bring out later. So it's very clear. Look, citizens, let's be very clear. Akufo Addo is shown 7.5 years that the only thing he's committed to is his family getting rich out of the public purse. That one, each time we borrowed, data bank made their share. That's why it's very consistent. But you see the galamsey one, they deployed Vanguard. Of course, the military too later got corrupt. They were also feeding off the illegal mining, so we had to disband them. And that's how come sometimes, even though we don't like this poor governance, when people say the military should step in, then we are like, hey, this same military, you remember a champion for Otabil Golf, all those excesses. So maybe we should go on like this. If we pour onto the streets, but citizens, mass action, maybe we can get results. Throw off this duopoly. Mr. Akufo Addo said the NPP. Then let us also take over as citizens. Maybe try something else. Because as for politicians, you can't trust them that much. Except that Mr. Adams' party, so far, from Akufo Addo's performance, looks like they are a lesser evil. At least Mohammed's corruption, this track record, democracy, freedom of the press, etc. is better than Akufo Addo. That's all.
There's a statement that you made, and Mr. Adams, I'll come to you. And I'll come to you in a bit, and we're trying to fix the Zoom quickly. But that statement about if there's lack of political will, as has been exhibited, how about the citizens' willingness as well to get into this? Because
you are watching Juicy News
the devastation
on
of illegal
Hot
mining. At
news
least the
all
media
time.
reports it every
You are
now and
watching
then.
Juicy News on YouTube.
If
Hot
the
news
politician
all
has
time.
failed, how about citizens? The last time I remember there was a demonstration on this matter, I could count the number of people on the street.
Excellent. Yeah.
So that citizen involvement and we the people also taking up this, because we are all affected. In fact, we are the most affected by this. How about that?
Yes, very, very key. That's the thing. It's about the citizenry. You see, the politicians are a reflection of us. They are a microcosm of the citizenry. There is a deficit in our society, integrity deficit. Most of us want to beat the system. Most of us want to cheat. That's our nature. So lots of people don't want to step up to fight. Because this thing is very clear. Listen, when we analyze this thing, you go straight to the heart of it. You see that this is a very complex matter. But one of the 4 areas, or one of the main areas it brings to fore is that, listen, we need to change our policing system in the constitution, right? Because as we speak now, it's a culture of impunity. Mr. Okanse, you are aware that Adam Senanu, myself, Dr. Ashigbe, and Kwame Esidu Sapon, we reported Chairman Wontumi and Akonta mining to the CID on 13th of October 2022. Today, this is September, right? Just 1 month more, then we'll get 2 full years, right? Yes, we reported Chairman Wontumi and Akonta mining to the CID. What is Madam Ando Kofi doing? She's playing hanky-panky with the complaint.
What was the last update they give to you?
The last, no update for over a year now. The last time we wrote to Madam Andokofi, that's the CID boss, was in April. She hasn't called us. And it also goes to IGP's desk. IG is also neck deep involved in this whole conspiracy to free Andokofi.
How do you know that?
Good.
IGP
So this is how it happened. We, the four of us, presented our petition to the CID boss. But the media coalition presented their petition to IG. So then IG referred the petition, the same against Chairman Wontumi. And please, in case you are not aware, Chairman Wontumi destroyed forest, the Tanon Nimri forest, the size of over 10 football fields. And there are videos. So when we did the petition, we added Erastus Asaredonko's documentary on it, right? So you see pictorial evidence, etc. So the media coalition, they took their petition to IG. Then IG referred it to Madam Andokofi. And then they put, at the time, there was this man, Superintendent Nkrumah, then there is Mr. Poha, the investigators, etc. 2 years now. Each time you push, then, so we've only had one briefing. In 2 years, one briefing. We went there, then Superintendent Nkrumah said, oh, they are on it, they are on it. They called Wontumi in and granted him bail quickly, who were never even present. Meanwhile, police know that a lot of the time when you call in the accused or suspect, you like complainant to also come and witness the whole process for transparency. Right. Yet, the police called in Wontumi and quickly granted him bail on our blind side. Then months on, later before they told us that, oh, they've called him in, they've taken his statement, and then since there is the hanky-panky, pussy-footing, hanky-panky, pussy-footing. You see how God works. You see the topic is back. So, Madam Andokofi and IG, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? What is it that you can't prosecute Wontumi? Especially in view of the fact that this case against Wontumi, you have Abu Jinapo come on air to say that he never granted any mining lease to Wontumi to enter the Tanon Nimri forest. Number two, Martin Isi, also on record, if you just Google them, you will see them, also came on and said, yes, the Minerals Commission didn't advise the minister to give any mining lease. You know, by our law, usually the minister signs the mining lease. So they declare that they didn't do same. So for Minister Power in the same party, that's why I say I liked Abu Jinapo until that speech he did 3 days ago. So Abu Jinapo, if you are listening, I think that your last interview on Joy FM was very shambolic. You sounded very rude. Maybe you should withdraw it. You're a young man, very, very young. In about 3 months, you don't know where it's going. This last statement is not a good thing. So let's go on. Yeah, because I mean, why? I mean, he's our younger brother. We can tell him far younger, so we can tell him. Some of us can even claim to be what a father to him, right? So if it didn't go well, we'll tell him because there are times that he's done very well. Remember the Achimota Forest, the first one that came. Yes, though they are a bit complicit, but he was very enthusiastic. He kept bringing out information, and it helped a lot. You know, sometimes we come here to debate because we don't have all the information. We say things that are misleading because public officers have held information. But that one, the first Achimota debate, not the recent one, he brought out a lot of information and he clarified and showed how Mr. Adams, your party, NDC, those days, you were involved in cannibalizing this Achimota forest. That was good. I'm not supporting equalization, but at least he made it clear that the attempts to sell Achimota forest didn't start with the NPP administration, right? Good. So Mr. Jinapo did very well. So, and I liked him from that time, and I was watching until this interview he did 3 days ago, right? Yeah, so the point is that, listen, he had come out, he says, listen, Chairman Wontumi and Akunta Mining don't have any mining lease. So what is difficult about this case? In law, we call this open and shut. Open and shut, because very, very easy. When you look under the law, the thing is that were you authorized to mine? If you can't show your mining lease in court, the case is relatively easy. You see Aisha 1. You see eventually when the Aisha 1 case went to court, you see she was convicted because it's paper. The lease is a paper. It's either you have it or you don't. This one, we don't have different shades of gray. The mining lease is not an oral authorization. So it's either you have the paper or you don't have it under the law. You see how Aisha 1 was convicted, tried and convicted, right? So with Abu Jinapo minister making this statement publicly, please, I don't know if the producer can pull it out so that we'll play it. And then Martin Isi also making that Wontumi and Akunta Mining have no mining lease. So IG and Madam Andokofi, what is difficult about this case? What at all is difficult about it? And look, and it's not as if they are seeking the advice of the Attorney General. No. You see, the reason I can say it's not as if they are seeking the advice of the Attorney General is that the last time I heard the Attorney General on radio on this matter, he said he's not aware. You see, because, you know, that was when they issued the Prempeh report, and we're very upset about it, and also another shambolic report, right, from the Attorney General. So then the journalist asked him that, what about the Chairman Wontumi case? And he said, no, it's not been brought to his attention. And that's less than a year ago. And we reported this case about 2 years ago. You know, sometimes when the police have difficulty, they present the docket to the Attorney General to advise. So the last time I heard the Attorney General on this matter, it's not as if the case has been taken to him to advise. So the case is with IG Dampare and Madam Ando Kofi. Please, you are letting us down. If you can't do the job, resign. Resign. There are so many people who can also do this job. Why is that public officers like to protect their offices too much? You think we, as we sit here, we don't suffer? We're also sacrificing. I sit here, I tell you, there are many government jobs. People recommend me. Once they see, they say, oh, this guy is NDC. I'm taking off. That's a price I'm paying. Yet I keep coming. Okay. Because I'm able to go to court at this
NDC you have never voted for.
Exactly. When I've never voted for Mama, yet I've lost what do you call it, jobs, because I was perceived as NDC. Even where I used to work some years ago, you know what? Just a short one or the. Hey, you see the same galamsey, illegal mining, etc. But that one, the government wanted to do bauxite mining in Tiwa forest, right? Then Arocha and a lot of NGOs came together and came to consult me. Long story short, we sued in court. The people I was with, they were not comfortable. They said, Martin, how can you fight government? No, we don't like such a thing. So you go to work in the morning, you don't know, you are called in, why are you suing government on a Tiwa forest? Next thing, will you drop this case? I say no. So in 1 or 2 minutes, I've lost my job. Okay, if you are not dropping the case, then there's no seat for you here.
I see.
So, then that's it. So I lost my job. I had to just leave with my Tiwa forest brief under my armpit. That was it. So we are all sacrificing. How can you take
lost your job because you sought to fight that attempted bauxite mining in a forest reserve.
Absolutely. Something that Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, people from all over the world, remember the Titanic, that film, etc. Activists all over the world have called on Akufo Addo to stop. He refused. So we went to court, and we are still in court. How many years? About 6 years now, right? We are in court. So the point I'm making is that we are all sacrificing. We are all sacrificing, but you don't want to lose anything. You like to sit in the comfort of your office, enjoy everything. You see? So IG and Madam Ando Kofi, you thought you were dodging this Akunta mining case, but we are back right where we started. You have to let this case go to court. Otherwise, that's the bloat on your records that you just came into office to help politicians. That's what you're doing.
Okay. Alfred, you asked a question in relation to what transpired in Parliament, and many of us on that day were so disappointed, and we all took to our we stood up to draw Mr. Speaker's attention that we needed to make a contribution, because this is not the Parliament I want to be in. This is not the Parliament I joined, and this is not the Parliament I read about, and this is not what I expect from members of Parliament who belong to the ruling party. First and foremost, whilst not admitting his statement that is what it was, it is absolutely wrong to suggest that because someone did something that was wrong, you are right if you also repeated it, but possibly in your mind at a lower level. The issue of polluting waters, especially when you are dealing with turbidity levels. If you say lawyer Martin Kpebu polluted this bottle of water and increased the turbidity level to say maybe 1,800. The 1,800 could still possibly be processed. It may not have done total destruction to the water. Then you come and say, Lawyer Martin Kpebu added 1,800, and I have just added 1,005. Your 1,005 that you've added have lifted the levels from 1,800, which was manageable, to a level that can no longer be managed. So maybe you may have added less, but your addition is what has destroyed, has made this water useless. So you have a government, and the chief whip's mindset is that you polluted more than we did. But the question is, what we see today, did we see that maybe 8 years or 9 years ago? Did we see this level of destruction of our forests, of our water bodies? The answer straight away is no. But for me, the argument is not about who did more and who did less, but it is what leadership is doing. Look, in countries where leadership is working, Alfred, your own tree that you planted in your home, if you want to cut it, you need the permission of the authority to cut your own tree that you planted. Because that tree is counted as part of the contribution to the ecological balance in the area. And they know the effect of taking down the tree you planted. But in Ghana, we have leadership that decides trees they did not plant, trees that God gave us because they believe that God sleeps in the night. That even God sleeps in the night. That's the position of the NPP and its current leadership, according to Dr. Matthew Opoku, that even God who created the earth for us and everything sleeps in the night, because they believe God sleeps in the night. They decide to destroy what God has given us at the blind side. But you see, you have played the voice of the president about prepared to put his job on the line, and that he said so at cabinet meetings before, and that was the first time he was saying it publicly.
Yes.
How I wish the president didn't make that statement publicly.
Why is that?
Because following that statement, all his appointees and apparatchiks have worked tirelessly to deny the existence of what? Galamsey. And that they are destroying our forests and our water bodies. Because they want to make us believe that the president is still having his job. And the president is having his job because there's no galamsey. So even if there was, they are trying to tell you it is not there. Because if they accept that it's there, the president's job must be on the line. So they have kept denying the fact that they have contributed to destroying our water bodies, destroying our forests. You remember when Professor Prempeh did his report and cited the fact that even the president's own home was under attack. And he had to move some dozers and the rest to reclaim and vegetate the area.
Well, when that statement was made, the president took the media to his house.
Well, that's where I'm coming to. That is Alfred. If you read the report, he says, we took dozers, reclaim, and vegetate the place. So a place that have been reclaimed and vegetated, were you expecting to see the kind of holes that we see when we go to the normal galamsey site? The man didn't say we went there and sacked the people and left it at that. In the statement, it is captured that they took dozers there, reclaimed, and vegetated the place back. So if you take the cameras there, you will see green because they have vegetated the place. But that was the evidence that they used to attack Professor Prempeh that he was rather peddling falsehood and that nothing like that was happening. Part of the scheme to protect the president, because he's made a public statement that he is prepared to put his job on the line in fighting galamsey. And since he has failed, and stability levels have jumped from the 2000s where they could manage, or where their machines are designed to manage, to now over 14,000 NTU. Can you imagine? And for a chief whip of the ruling party to be on the floor and listening to statements being made by the Ghana Water Company, the Water Resource Commission, and many other experts, health persons, about reported cases of persons who live within some catchment area, reporting all manner of ailments. What you come to tell us is that someone polluted more than what you have done.
You're waiting for winning and someone about the toy, so because you see so and our hello, so we are subscribe. Yeah, Bawumia say we subscribe to the channel. Sunset Hadia, latest and hot news and Prempeh. Afriyie, what like you do, give us a thumbs up. Nothing, share my offer for us now. When you be here now, and someone Akoto, Ghana name. Also, bet me at what we are fire and some way now. I will comment box. Mobati in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.